everybody, it's Farrell with Trackshot, and I'm joined by the handsome Ticks, Mr. Josh Dexter, and did I say that right? Dexter?
You're close.
All right, good enough. And Casey Smith's here, and he is here to talk about the SMW Expo. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, last year we launched our first annual, what we called an open house event, which we targeted, the idea of a lot of local people coming and attending that was involved in Demolition Derby, a lot of local fans, fair boards, to give them more information and insight into the world of the Demolition Derby motorsport. And the response we had to what we had set up was probably 3 times larger than we expected. We really had a great response from drivers. We had a lot of vendors that we were able to get last minute that showed up to add a lot more variety and flavor to the open house. It gave us an opportunity to show people how we make the products we make, why we make them the way we do, to have some real good personal interaction on the backside of Demolition Derby. We were also able to help some promoters launch some major events, such as Iron City. We were able to help with the Keystone Nationals kickoff, which is now the Iron City Nationals. But we did the promo for the youth giveaway car that we built, that was going to be competed for at an event. And we introduced a lot of information about Youth Demolition Derby. And what happened is, after that had come and gone in that whirlwind of a day, throughout the year, we had several people asking for that event again, and also people wanting to contribute more to the event. So it gave us the idea to, instead of an open house, since this was something for everybody that was coming to participate, promoters, vendors, drivers, fans, every aspect of Demolition Derby, even fair boards, you name it. We decided to name it an expo, the SMW Demolition Derby Expo. And this year we have some additional things we're throwing into the mix. We're trying to do it better. We're trying to do it on a more professional level. And we're also going to use it to launch the first ever Demolition Derby youth camp that SMW is putting on.
And I also saw, Casey, that you are leaving this open for anybody that wants to come. If anybody feels like getting in the car and driving down to see you guys, be part of the, just to look around, anybody can walk in, correct?
That's correct. Obviously, this event is targeted to, if you ever needed or had a desire or wanted to see what Demolition Derby was about, at any aspect, whether it be from the promoting side to the parts side, to cars, to people that participate in the sport. This is the event to really get to if you want to get networked with everything good in Demolition Derby. And not saying that anything outside of us isn't good. This is just what we feel is one of the first organized expositions of the motorsport for Demolition Derby.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yes.
So one thing I want to say is that, everybody out there, if you don't understand who Casey Smith is or Smith Metalworks is, go online, look at YouTube, go see what Team America is about, see what Smith Metalworks products are about. That is Casey Smith and the Smith family in Demolition Derby. They're across the country. Everything that they do is above the top. I've been privileged to meet you guys out there and see your shop last year, Casey. Was a great warm welcome. I will not miss it this year. I will be jumping a flight from Minnesota to come out to you guys again to do this again. It was an amazing thing. The education, I brought my son with last year, and it was just so neat. Just everything that you touched on about Demolition Derby, from the youth coming all the way up to the guys that have been doing it for 30 years that are professionals. Everybody was there from top to bottom. It was really neat.
Thank you. I just have one question. How much did your son enjoy it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you got to understand now, my son's been around Demo Derby for all of his 14 years of life. And, he enjoyed the living heck out of it. And when he wrote his name so huge on that ticket, just Garrett, and it didn't put nothing. And he won that helmet, and we got to bring that helmet home on the airplane. He had a blast. He told me, he said it was kind of a fight to get him to come with that first, because he goes, it's just going to be a bunch of your derby friends, Dad. And I'm like, yeah, it is. But you know what, Casey, you guys totally surrounded that event for the children, for our youth coming through this sport. It was amazing. So no, my son loved it. He won a welding helmet. He's learning how to do it a little bit. He don't like the sparks, so hopefully this year he wins a welding jacket, and he'll do a little bit more. But yeah, he loved it.
Was he one of the participants in the Lincoln Electric welding curtain?
Yeah, he tried it. They're over there trying to show him how to spark the arc a little bit better, but he got a spark down his shoe right away, and he was like, peace, I'm out. I'm gonna go get me a hot dog.
I brought my
last year we did the youth thing with the welding blind, where they could, go in there and try their hand at MIG welding. This year, I think we're going to have something set up on a CNC machine, one of our vertical machining centers. We're going to have them run a big Haas. Yeah. And we're working on an idea of how to get some of the kids over there to push a button and make something so that they can come with them. So we want to do something here.
Sir, I took my son last year too. My son was 14 actually when we went there, and it's really his second year derbying in the youth. And if you're a parent listening and thinking about taking your child, it's more than just the day, because I drove down there with my son. We had the day. We actually split apart because he started talking to all these other kids. He was down there with Firster's kids and Pete's kid and Tixie's kid. And all of a sudden you look around that one compact and there's all these youth kids talking to each other from different states. And I put a smile on my face. I mean, how cool would that have been for us at our age? These kids are already ahead of us. I loved it. Bring your kid. Trust me, this is a place you want to bring your kid.
Well, what you said about that is it's like anything else in this sport, or any sport or anything in life. The relationships that these kids create at a young age are positive. They all share a great interest. And when you see them powing around the pits together, each other out, now kids chatter on Facebook here and there. It's the kind of stuff you really want to see.
Yes.
If you follow me.
So
totally.
You guys talk about last year's event. This is the second year you guys are doing it, right?
This is the second year.
And what are you going to do different from last year, say as vendor-wise?
Well, the first thing we're doing different, we're not offering free hot dogs because we counted how many we ate, and that would just put us over budget. So thanks to him, we're not going to do the free hot.
I'm out.
No, I would say the biggest thing that we're doing different this year is we put more of an effort to organize the floor space for the vendors and everybody that's exhibiting. And when I say vendor and exhibitor, we're trying to use more of a trade show model for this, just to give everybody the opportunity to introduce their image, maybe give them what they need to introduce their image a little better and the tools that they want to get across. Also, we've outlined the tentative schedule. I think we really got some better, I would say, ingredients in the seminars. I wanted to narrow that down to some more specific topics. We got some great people. Last year, I did the majority of the speaking all day. I wanted to pass that torch to some of the industry experts that, hey, you need to get in front of some people and start telling them some basic information that'll help them, And that's been what's really great. Is one thing about this is we don't use it simply just to sell our product brand, okay? And like the other people involved aren't trying to sell you their product. Now, if you buy it, great. But this is all stuff you're going to learn in the seminars that applies to anybody's product. Any great engine builder out there. I got Brent Johnson on deck to do a coverage on called Winning Engine Basics. Okay, you don't have to own a red line to sit in a seminar,
right?
But I'd recommend if you have a engine in a derby car, you should sit in a seminar.
Well,
Because stock 318 or a Cloyer or a Baldwin or a Guard or, anybody's, it's going to benefit you.
I was going to say, that brings me to my next question. What kind of seminars are you guys planning on having? Welding seminars or engine building seminars or?
Last year we did a lot on welding, metallurgy, some other stuff. This year we changed it up to, we have 8. We have 8 throughout the day. 2 of those aren't necessarily seminars on education. I'll go through them here at some point. But the first one starts with Jeffy's Fab Farm. For example, it's scheduled 10 to 10:30 in the morning, called Advantages from Behind the Steering Wheel. Okay. And that's going to be a collection of a lot of experience from a lot of different divisions, from minivans to compacts to kicker cars. Explain to everybody the track dynamics, the driving dynamics. It's going to be really good. I don't want to give you too much information because these seminars are going to be what you really get to see. And a lot of it might be constructed as opinion, because we all know everybody's the best driver in the world, right? So why do you need to go to a seminar? I learn something from everybody every time I interact with somebody in an event, and I've learned little things, that, or not learned it, but it become more evident to me. And then 10:45 to 11:15, we're doing a what and why about rear differentials and transmissions. Okay. We're not going to obviously teach someone how to build a 400 turbo tranny, but we're going to cover a lot of things, do's, don'ts, what does what, and understanding of your components, because not everybody that's in this sport understands every aspect of the car. That's why we have engine builders, that's why we have people that contribute. That's why we got people that build everything front to back themselves. That's great. But, and then we go to Throttle for Destruction after, the lunchtime break by Koch Performance, Jason Koch making the trip. He's a carburation expert, in my opinion. Maybe someone would disagree, but I believe Jason Koch is an expert carburetor man. And many other things, but he's going to cover some stuff there. And then, the winning engine basics by Brent Johnson's next. And then we go to a promoter overview with Stir and Dirt and a preview. And then we go to 245 to 315. Mark Elliott's going to cover the Unified Point Series for 2021 and, the new, the track schedule, maybe what's new, what's changed, what's been learned from last year. And then, Vince Livius, Toast Inc.'s making a trip here, going to cover watch link installation and a product spotlight, at a specific time. And then we round out the seminars with our youth camp overview at the closing.
And now this is real big. So anybody that's watching at home right now, the big deal about this too is no matter where you are in the country, if you can't make it to this, it's okay. Trackshot Live is going to be streaming it for free. So make sure that you follow the itinerary of throughout the day of classes you want to watch. If you want to learn about transmissions and rears, carburetors from Koch, come on, Toast products, you better be watching all these, and we're going to bring them to you absolutely free. You get to sit back at your house and just learn. I promise you guys, you're going to learn more about Demolition Derby in this one day than maybe years of running.
I'm going to tell you what, though. Yes, you can watch it at home. We're looking at flights, my wife and family and I, and we're finding flights out there to PA for about $118 round trip right now. Folks, don't sit at home. I mean, yes, we want you to watch Trackshot Live. Do not sit at home. Get your chance. Get out there. See Casey. See Chance. See everybody in see Smith Metalworks firsthand. I was so excited to see it firsthand last year. They always say, you got cost, quality, and customer service. You only get to pick 2 of them. Yeah, well, that's BS out there at Smith Metalworks, because those guys are giving you all 3. You don't have to pick and choose. And seeing the fabrication line of their products and seeing the facility and seeing the top-notch equipment that they have to put out that top-notch product was well worth it. Folks, you have plenty of time as you're watching this right now to get online, get a flight, get a hotel. Jason Sauer is going to be out there. Casey has got an amazing facility to show off. See it in person. It's so much better when you get the touch, smell, and feel.
I agree. I agree.
Where is this event, and when is this event?
The event, the main day is April 10th, which is a Saturday in April. We're at 7298 West Market Street, Mercer, Pennsylvania. The zip code's 16137. We're basically a stone's throw over the Ohio border on the east side, and a stone's throw from where I-80 and I-79 intersect in Pennsylvania, an hour north of Pittsburgh. So the Pittsburgh airport is an hour away from us.
And it's a beautiful drive. Don't worry about the hour. It's a beautiful drive.
And we have local hotel information listed on our expo tab on our website. If you go to www.smithmetalworks.info, go to the expo tab. It lists the seminar schedule. It lists the complete list of exhibitors, the complete list of promoters that'll be in house, and gives you a couple photos of what last year was. And I got to tell you, it wasn't us that made the event amazing. I got to tell you, it was the people that attended. I mean, having you, Tixie, just attend was like, that's a big commitment on your part to come see what we're about. And the biggest question I ask ourselves is, are we going to disappoint anybody that comes there and thinks they should have saw more? I mean, from last year, would you say that you feel fully satisfied with attending?
Yes.
100% satisfied. That was the trip, the everything. It was 110%. And at that point in time in our passings, Casey, you and I had talked to people and talked to each other in passings at derbies and stuff like that. Simple handshakes, but the open door welcome that you gave us into your facility and everything. And I mean, the personal tour that you gave me last year was amazing. And I seen you do it to multiple people. So, I always joke around, my casa, your casa, but brother, let me tell you, you truly made me feel that way out there. And that's why we're coming back again, because there was zero disappointment.
Well, one of the big things I want to touch on too is this is a time of year where we all don't have to be competitive. The derby season, and right in the center of the season, it gets so competitive. But the nicest thing about now is everyone's relaxed. Promoters are over helping each other. I love it, because now you're saying even more promoters than last year. But last year we were talking to everybody, pitching ideas to each other. Where are you going? What are you doing? Just the sport is growing because, again, it takes the competitiveness out of there. It's just a day of fun. It's just a day of learning. Well, and I enjoyed it.
That's one of the big key elements to this, Josh, is, we'll have like 9 promoters under roof together. And it's amazing because on game day, what I call game day, anybody that's ever ran a show, a derby, whether it be at your county, your county level, at your local fair, whether you go to a national show, and we've all seen this, you as a driver, you go through inspection, maybe you've, depending upon how your day is going, you want to go take Tim Clark, for example, from Smash It, and you're like, man, I tried to talk to Tim, but he ain't got time for me, or you hear things go on, or you probably experienced this, spinning wheels, and
definitely
I've experienced it, customers on game day. Everybody is so busy, and the amount of effort that everybody's put in for the day's event, and it don't matter who the promoter is, they have worked so hard to put this event on for all those fans. That's their focus. It ain't that they don't care that you went through inspection 3 times and you didn't cut enough. It's tough to have a topic of discussion that day. Yes. This gives everybody a nice, relaxed atmosphere where, if you want to bring up something, it's neutral. Everybody's got a clear head. There's not a torch in sight. So,
yep, exactly.
Again,
no worries.
Not really. But it's a good time for promoters to share ideas, especially after the season everybody struggled through last year with the landscape out there with event scheduling and happenings and not happenings. So that's what we're looking to support everybody again this year. Come out, everybody's getting a strong schedule put out. events are going to be scheduled. There's not going to be flip-flopping. Everybody get back to business.
Totally. Well, awesome. I'm really excited about it. I know our whole group, everybody from Trackshot's pretty much on their way out there. So that's going to be exciting. And again, everybody, we're going to bring you everything. I mean, you were nice enough to give us carte blanche where we can actually do whatever we want, you said, which might be scary, but we're going to cover everything. I can't wait to cover all the promoters, the vendors, just everything. We're going to show it to you from I think you said 9 o'clock in the morning it starts?
Saturday, we'll start at 9 o'clock. And I got some young recruits hired for parking attendants, direct vehicles, because that seemed to be an unforeseen problem we experienced last year. We've acquired some more parking area from our neighboring business, so we're way more prepared this year. I mean, I think, like I've always said, the only people that sometimes know things aren't going as planned is the guy on the stage. As long as, I have this saying, when I scream, you can scream. So, but we do a good job of keeping it together, and we really worked on building from last year. And I think we got a really great layout with a good mix of vendors. And I think it's going to be, last year we said there was something for everybody. I guarantee it this year.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we're excited about it, sir. And again, everyone, stay tuned to us. Go to SMW's webpage, take a look at that. It's going to cover all that. And we're going to be putting out posts as we get closer of where you guys can watch it. But follow us the entire day. We're going to have some cool videos. I think it's going to be good front to back. And again, you're going to learn. Where are you ever going to get tricks from Jeffy? Hear tricks from Coke, hear tricks from Brent, all in one day? You can't even get to these guys all in one day usually. So it's going to be exciting. Don't miss it, America. Again, it's going to be in April. Be paying attention to it.
Hey, Casey, since you're not going to have the hot dogs there, can you at least tell me where you bought them at? Because I got to get me a couple mitt full of them. They were damn good last year.
Yeah, it's funny. Our chef of the day was Bo Lockwood from the Tripwire Roadhouse in Clarion. So if you're really hungry and you want something really good to eat and you're out here early, make the trip over to Clarion. He's got a great restaurant. Me and the wife go there at least once every couple of weeks.
So
yeah, that's awesome. Like I say, Casey, thank you so much for everything that you do for the Derby world. It's great families like yours that step forward to give us the great forward movement to keep our sport as awesome as what it is. I thank you for what you do and pure passion and appreciate it, man.
Well, before we get to end this too much, you got to make sure the one thing that's very important about this event this year is we're releasing all the information about our youth Derby camp at the expo. So
awesome. Derby camp. Youth Derby camp. I know there's good information following that. That sounds great.
That's so cool.
It's going to cover the 3-day experience for the youth. Part of it is a pre-vocational preview where we take them here to our shop. They get an area of interest, whether it be CNC machining, welding and fabrication, drafting and design. So it's not all about demolition derby cars. It mostly is, but it is a pre-vocational preview we give the kids so they can maybe plan some future decisions. It's also a faith-based program where we do morning and evening devotional programs with them. And, it's the mission statement of the camp's helping kids make the right decisions on and off the track. So it's going to be, I think to my knowledge, it's the only demolition derby style camp in North America right now. And it's just something that I love. Our family loves it. We're able to give something back, and we're making it very affordable. And like I've told everybody, it's going to be a limited camp schedule for the remainder of the year, but all the information will be released at our expo. And of course, naturally, you'll be able to live stream that for those across the country. And again, it's an hour. We're a little over an hour from the Pittsburgh airport. So even kid, out in Tixie's area, it's something that we wanted to offer.
Awesome.
So,
That is awesome.
Real quick, time, date, and location, again, for somebody who may not have been paying attention.
April 10th is the main expo day, open to what we call the Demolition Derby public, fan, etc. attendee. Starts at 9 a.m., Mercer, Pennsylvania. All the information is listed on our website, www.smithmetalworks.info. go to the Expo tab. Everything you need to know about the day is listed there.
And then come see Tix and Josh. They're giving out hugs that day. So
Oh, we'll give
Yeah,
out.
time for everybody.
We'll be picking on Skinny the whole time.
Oh, God, yeah. Our hands are going to be
We'll
full.
trade hugs for hot dogs.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
All right, everybody, thanks for watching. We're really looking forward to this event. I can't wait to see how it turns out.
All righty.